Let's see how you can convert a regular image with color palette into a palette that will live on your paint shop and you can refer to anytime. The script is called Swatch Palette, and to start it you have to have the image that includes the colors you want to transfer into a palette. You start by running the script and you get the introduction dialog window. Now you name your palette. You can name it however you want. Just make sure that it's not going to be the name that is already used. So in this case, let's call it July 2023. Now with the brush tool, I'll have to put a dot on the different colors I want to use. The color of the dot does not matter. So I'm going to put a little dot on each of the colors, making sure I avoid the actual text. And then I run the script again. Now I am prompted to select the new palette in the drop down because that's where the colors are going to be added. So this palette is going to be called July 2023. So I have to scroll down because the new custom palettes are added at the bottom. So I select the July 2023. You can see there's no swatch inside the palette yet, but now I will run the script and you will see the colors being added one at a time. And that's it. Now, whenever you want to work on this color palette, you can select it from the drop-down list. A drop-down list of palettes has been added to PaintShop at version 17x7. If you have an older version of PaintShop, you can't select the palette in the same way, but the script will still work, just slightly differently. So in earlier versions of PaintShop, you have only one collection of swatches. They are not grouped by palette. But we are going to do something slightly different so that you can actually use the script and still get all the colors grouped together. So you run the script the same way and you still give a name to the palette. This name is going to be used for each individual swatch. So in this case, let's call it May 2023. And I still have to put a dot on each of the colors. Let's work with the limited palette so it goes a little faster. And I put the dots and run the script again. Notice that it did not ask me to select the palette because I can't do that. However, in this area, you can see one little arrow and another arrow, and the colors that were in my selection are now grouped between those two arrows, a little bit like brackets. So these are all the colors that were extracted. And if you notice, they are all named May 2023 and then a number. Here, May 2023, 03. May 2023, 04, etc. So now that you have converted this image into a color palette or a group of swatches, those colors are going to be available for you every time you use your PaintShop, and you won't have to search for this image to reopen it to work on your project. Now it's your turn to create your own swatch palettes. Have fun!